In new product development, well before the product is ready to be introduced in the market, one of the challenges of a marketer is to determine how to best capture the value the product creates to customers. It's a complex challenge because individual customers will value the differentiating features of products and services very differently due to factors such as how they use the product, their preferences, or even their ability to pay for the product. Think about an avid video gamer who will value extra processing power or surround sound capabilities in a new computer, while none of those will be of value for a professional who mainly uses the computer for email and social media content creation. A well-designed pricing and product feature structure can mitigate these challenges. In fact, a well-designed product and pricing structure can create a value continuum for customers that helps to compete better in the market and sets the foundation for increased revenue. Companies that align their offerings with how customers value their products perform significantly better than those who offer the same product across all customers. One of the first steps in the process of designing value-aligned pricing and product structures is to segment the market. Customer segmentation is nothing new. It has been used in marketing for decades. However, unfortunately, most traditional customer segmentation methods are useless when it comes to pricing and product optimization needs. Customer segmentation often focuses on targeting and not on customers' motivations to pay higher or lower prices. Segmenting customers based on demographics or even their attitudes will not be helpful in pricing decisions. In fact, even the popular needs-based segmentation will only be half useful as it focuses solely on customer needs and misses the other half, the operational challenges those customer needs can result in. The key to uncovering customers' motivation to pay a certain price for an offering lies in value-based segmentation. Value-based segmentation is an in-depth procedure with several steps. The first step in embarking on the journey of value-based segmentation is to start somewhere that is already known. Most likely there are marketing and salespeople that already think about the market or the customers in terms of clusters. Maybe there are large, medium, and small enterprise clients. Maybe there are high-income or low-income home buyers. So the first step is to create this already understood map of the market. This can easily be done in a meeting that involves the sales and marketing teams. As you work with the sales and marketing teams to create these preliminary clusters, make sure you note any unique buying patterns, purchase frequency, purchase size, perhaps time spent in procurement, and also list unique needs that customers may have. Is it speed? Is it service? Is it impeccable quality? Personal care from the salesperson? Please understand that this is preliminary. Very rudimentary segmentation will most likely not create the final segments that will differentiate groups of customers based on value criteria. But this is a good first place to start. Part of this first step can be in-depth interviews of customers probing on their motivation to buy the product. What is the most important job they expect the product to provide? What motivated them to get this product? At the end of the first step, you should have a list of 10 to 20 benefits or values the customers consider. The second step involves customer research. Ideally, it involves surveys to a sample that represents your market. If possible, it should not involve surveys to your customers because one, it may be biased since these customers may know you, but most importantly too, there's a chance that your customers may not adequately represent the entire market. You may have been serving a certain segment, and by interviewing only your customers, you may miss out on key insight on what values motivate purchase across the entire market. My recommendation is to reach out to survey sample providers, companies such as Dynata, Protege, Cint, and others, and request a representative sample to interview with surveys. How big should the sample be? It depends on many factors such as your budget, the type of questions you will ask, the type of customers you have, how uniform or variable your market is, and other factors. The larger the better. With some unique customer types, you're lucky to have a sample of 100 or 200 survey takers. And for other types of customers, you can quickly interview 800 or even more people. So what are we trying to achieve here in the second step? In the first step, we created a list of 10 to 20 values and benefits our product provides. In this step, we want to understand how different types of customers prioritize or value these benefits. Not only how do they rank them, but also do we see a clear difference in how different groups value these benefits? The technique to do that is a two-phased approach. First, you conduct what is called a MaxDiff exercise. In a separate video, I go into great detail on how MaxDiff works. For the purposes of this video, it's enough to know that in a MaxDiff exercise, survey takers are shown a subset of the total list of product values and benefits, maybe only 4, and the survey taker is asked to select the one that is the most important benefit when using this product, and also select the one that is the least important. The survey taker is then shown a different subset of the list of benefits, again is asked to pick the most and least important within that subset of 4. This task is repeated about 8 to 10 times. Based on the selections the survey taker has made within each of the subsets, the algorithm creates a ranking of how this particular survey taker valued the list of product benefits. When you have hundreds of survey takers complete the MaxDiff exercise, when you analyze the results, you'll find certain patterns. Overall, across all survey takers, you'll see some product benefits that are more valued, rank higher, and some that are less valued. But you'll also find differences across survey takers. In fact, you will find groups of survey takers that value the benefits differently than other groups. For example, there will be a group of survey takers that value one product benefit very highly, while another group that may not value that benefit that much. The way to analyze these rankings across groups is called Latent Class MNL, which looks for clear and meaningful choice patterns across survey takers. Latent Class MNL is beyond the scope of this video, but I will explain its mechanics in another video. So let's look at an example of this. Let's suppose that your product is a CRM tool. Let's assume that in the first step, you came up with these 10 benefits of a typical CRM system. 1. A central place to collect and track contact information of prospects and leads. Regularly send nurturing emails and in the process collect more information. The ability to segment prospects and leads based on location, demographics, etc. The ability to gather leads from all sources in one place: email, social media, SEO, chatbots, etc. Manage documents, prospectus, contracts, renewals for leads and customers in one place. Automate repetitive tasks during lead nurturing, like automated prospecting and nurturing, notifications, etc. Connect leads to marketing campaigns and measure ROI on different campaigns. Track and measure the performance of the sales team. Integrating customer service capability in case customer reached out to sales team for issues. Define what roles can access what level of information in the system. So we can clearly see, let's understand what value these benefits provide to the organization. This chart shows the product benefits on the left and the actual, potentially quantifiable value that benefit provides to the organization on the right. For example, the product benefit central place to collect and track contact information of prospects and leads creates cost savings and productivity improvement by not needing several disparate databases across different departments. The product benefit regularly send nurturing emails and collect more information in the process improves marketing effectiveness. You can increase the frequency at which you contact prospects and leads and move them down the funnel with greater effectiveness, which will have a positive impact on sales. The same way the rest of the product benefits can increase value to the organization in a measurable way. Let's take a look at the rankings of these values following the MaxDiff exercise. Here's a list from most valued to least valued product benefits across all the survey takers. One of the key benefits of MaxDiff is that it doesn't just provide you with a ranking, but also provides measurements on the scale of preference of an item versus another. This way you can see if an item on the list was barely preferred or twice as preferred as another item. This chart shows the same rank of benefits, but with the MaxDiff scale included. On this chart, you can see that the difference between these items is not uniform. Some benefits tend to be preferred similarly. For example, the third and the fourth items are very similar. However, the fifth item is much less preferred than the fourth. Now, once we have the ranking of these items, it's time to find segments that vary from one another. These are segments that value the product benefits differently. Ideally, you want to find 3 to 5 segments where survey takers were similar within a segment but different from other segments. It's time to run the Latent Class MNL analysis. The table shows the results of the Latent Class MNL analysis. These 3 rankings are the most distinct, and they suggest 3 unique market segments with varying needs and values. The numbers in parentheses indicate how that benefit was ranked in the overall MaxDiff analysis. Here's how I would summarize these segments based on their benefit rankings. The first segment tends to value a central database of leads and also for documents. They want the ability to have all of their leads in this database. Interestingly, they don't seem to value as much abilities to nurture these leads, regular or automated nurturing emails. The second segment actually highly values regular and automated nurturing emails. They value automated activities the most. The third segment mostly valued connecting their leads to all their marketing campaigns and being able to measure ROI based on that. Before we move on with the next phases, let's analyze and see why we're seeing these unique needs in the market. What could be the reason one group values automated marketing capabilities while another group does not? It's useful to profile these groups to understand what are the typical characteristics of the companies that these survey respondents represent. Analyzing the company profiles, it becomes clear that group number 1, the group that values a central database of all leads and documents, tend to be companies with large projects. A lot of these large projects are construction or architectural projects, and most of these projects are highly documentation intensive. They value managing all these projects' documents in one central tool and track the progress of necessary paperwork as these prospects become clients. These are relationship-based clients, so there's little need for automated prospecting and lead nurturing capabilities. Group number 2, however, highly values automated prospecting and lead nurturing capabilities. This group has mainly software and consulting companies. They use mainly digital and social channels to market, and they prospect and nurture leads through email. Automated and streamlined capabilities to be able to reach out and nurture hundreds or thousands of leads is a must. Group 3 is comprised mainly of retailers. Many of them advertise across a variety of channels from radio, billboards, digital, and social. As a result, they likely have a need to measure the success of these channels and be able to switch from one channel to another based on performance. They highly value the ability to connect leads and customers to marketing campaigns. One of the best ways to determine the primary segmentation criteria is to map the various benefits based on our operational advantages and competitive capabilities. You can create a quadrant chart where the horizontal axis depicts your own cost advantages or technological advantages, and the vertical axis shows competitors' advantages or disadvantages. It's useful to orient the vertical axis where competitors' advantages are on the bottom and disadvantages go on the top, but it's really a matter of preference. In our CRM example, we know that we have a technological advantage when it comes to automating repetitive tasks, such as email prospecting and lead nurturing. Perhaps we have access to an AI technology that is understood to be better than competitors. We know that we are better in our lead generation capabilities. We also know that we are on par with competitors on most other benefits. However, when it comes to measuring ROI across marketing channels, we know we don't have a strong solution. There are competitors that have an advantage in that area. So let's put all of this together. Keep in mind that our segmentation steps are geared towards pricing decisions, and less so for targeting purposes. If I were a marketing manager conducting needs-based segmentation, I would conclude that we have 3 needs in the market. 1. Central database capabilities. 2. Automated lead generation capabilities. And 3. Marketing measurement capabilities. Needs-based segmentation is useful when a company is developing capabilities to cater to the unique needs. But we're conducting value-based segmentation, and this segmentation is just as dependent on the needs in the market as it is on our operational advantages. Steps 1 and 2 plus step 3 all need to be inputs in how we segment our market. As we overlay the operational advantages on the result of latent class segments from step 2, it becomes clear that our operational advantage is also one attribute that differentiates one group of customers from others. They value automated lead generation and nurturing capabilities. So our primary segmentation criteria will be, how much do customers value automated lead generation? This will be our focus, our core focus, our competitive advantage, and will help determine how we price the product and establish a pricing structure. In fact, the level at which customers value automated lead generation capabilities will be the value driver in how we configure our product and how we price it. We will also have a secondary criteria by which we structure our product and evaluate pricing on. This will be another attribute that is valued highly in the market, yet our capabilities are on par with competitors here. The needs for central database capabilities. The third highly valued attribute, marketing mix capabilities, will not be a criteria to segment our market for pricing purposes simply because this is not a benefit we can offer cost effectively. If we map these 2 value criteria on a quadrant chart, the differing levels of value of the 2 key needs that we can cost effectively satisfy with our offering. Valuing automated leads generation capabilities and central database of leads and documents, we can start to formulate various offerings that will satisfy the varying needs in the market. How do we capture the varying degree of value customers get from an offering? The key to that is establishing metrics of value delivery, and that will be the topic of the next video.